Okay, hey guys, welcome back to another IC Markets pre-market live analysis. And today will be a very simple session with you guys. All right. So let's maybe wait for 1 to 2 more minutes before the rest of the participants come in. All right. Okay, just wanted to ask how have you guys been? All right. Last week has been a pretty how would I say this? I would say that last week was a up and down, right? There was a lot of consolidation as well as reversal trades. So I hope that you guys were able to catch a few of the trades and also manage your own risk properly. Okay. Yep, just to make sure if you guys can see me, see my screen and also hear me clearly. All right. Um, could you guys type it in this chat box over here or put up a thumbs up button, all right, using the emoji. Okay, something like this. Okay, if you guys can do that, then oh yeah, okay. Oh, I saw somebody raise their hand. I think it was okay. Okay, great. Thank you, my friend. Okay, so let's begin this session. Okay, so welcome back, guys, to another pre-market live analysis with me. And before I begin the session, okay, nice. Thank you, everybody. Okay. Mm, hey, hello, Jamilu. Nice to see you again, and the rest of the participants as well. Okay, so yep. As usual, this is the disclaimer. Remember that everything in this webinar is educational in nature and nothing should be construed as investment or trading advice. All right, so please remember to do your own due diligence before you guys trade. All right. So, as usual, this is the agenda for our pre-markets live analysis. So, firstly, we'll be going through high impact news events for the week. It will be a very quick one, just to give you guys an overlook of how the markets will look like. And also, secondly, will be the key technical setups to watch out for. All right, and I'm your host for today. My name is Woon, and I'll be going through with you guys today's pre-markets live analysis. All right. Okay, so moving on to the first agenda, which is the key news events for the week ahead. All right, so Monday itself, we don't have any high impact news, so we can definitely expect the market to be a little bit more less volatile. Okay, and then for Tuesday, we do have two news, which are GBP claimant count change. This will affect pairs like GBP USD, GBP JPY. Okay, and on the same day itself, we have the CAD CPI. Okay, so take note, CPI will definitely affect the markets quite a bit. So you just have to be a little bit more careful for that. All right. And then for Wednesday itself, we have GBP CPI. Okay, so as usual, CPI news will affect GBP USD quite a bit. All right, it will move at least 50 to 80 pips, at least. Okay, and then afterwards, Thursday, we have quite a few news. Okay, firstly will be FOMC meeting minutes. Okay, so please remember to close your trades before um this news itself, because as we all know, right, FOMC meeting minutes will move the markets quite a little bit. All right, so do remember to close your trades, right, or close most of your trades just to avoid a lot of volatility. Okay, so afterwards we have AUD employment change and unemployment rate. Okay, so this will affect pairs like AUD USD, AUD right? Mainly AUD USD, okay, because that is the major pair. All right, so afterwards in the afternoon, we have GBP, Flash Manufacturing PMI, and Services PMI. Okay, so this, if you see this news, right, on Forex Factory, right, um, this will not affect, even though it shows that it is a high impact news, but it will definitely, from my experience, it will not really affect the markets that much. Okay, so you won't have to worry so much about this news itself. Okay, and then for Friday, we have no news. All right, so you can expect um the markets to be quite still, right? Up and down, like in a consolidation zone. All right, so that's all for these key news events for the week ahead. Okay, so now we will be moving on to the charts, and then do feel free to type in, for example, if you guys want me to go through any pair, right? Like maybe GBP USD, etc., right? Just type it here, and then I will go through it with you guys. Okay? Then we can make this session a more interactive one. Okay, BTC USD. All right. Jamilu. Okay, so don't mind. I'll be going through BTC USD. Then afterwards, I'll be going through DXY. Okay, because DXY is the basis of all the major pairs. Okay, so after BTC USD, I'll be going through DXY, and then of course everything else that you guys mentioned. Okay, so feel free to just type it in the chat, and then I will look at it, and then of course I will go through it with you guys. All right, so let's go. Okay, so let's look at BTC USD, right? As we can see over here, let's just clear this. All right, so as usual, we'll be doing it on the daily time frame. Okay, so from what we can see over here, right? BTC USD has been on the up, has been on the upside, right? You can see how price has been, is this a little bit small? Okay, let me just zoom in. Okay, you can see for the market structure of BTC USD, price is creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and possibly targeting a higher high. Okay, so the level that I am actually looking at for BTC USD is this level over here. Okay, this is a beautiful pullback resistance level that BTC could react to. Okay, and we can see, let me just okay, so let's start off with the pivot point. All right, so the level that I am actually looking at, right? Firstly, what I'll do is to mark out my Fibo retracement level. Okay, and then what I can see right here is that there is a high chance that BTC could react at this area over here. Wait, let me see. BTC is on a ups. H4. Okay, I got it. Okay, let me know if it's too big or too small, right? Okay, so for this level over here, right, I will actually be looking at this area, which is at the, let me see, my pivot point, BTC USD. Okay, since we are on the daily time frame, let's use the 71%. Oh, why don't I have this? Sorry guys, give me a moment. Let me just adjust all of this, okay? 0.71. Okay, then add this to my image is blocking current prices. Okay, maybe like this. Is this better? Think it should be fine, right? Okay, so right here, right? So this was the let me just explain a little bit more. All right. So for BTC USD, we can see that price has broken past this level, which is a break of structure. Okay. So with that being said, right, since we have a break of structure, okay, price is slowly coming down to a area whereby there is a fair value gap over here. Okay, and it aligns with my 71% feeble retracement level. Okay, so what I'll do is to actually place a pivot point at this area over here. Okay, at this area, all right, at the start of the fair value gap. Okay, and right now, price is indeed trying to reject off this fair value gap, and what we can possibly see is price to close above here. So once it actually closes above, your confirmation is clear enough that you can take buy positions, and what you could possibly do is to take a long position, right? Your stops placed below, either below the fair value gap or below this level over here at the body of the candle, and then you will be targeting this high. Okay, so you will at least get 1:1.5 to 1:2 risk to reward ratio. If you are targeting this high over here, right, you will definitely get more than 1:2 risk to reward ratio. Okay. All right, so the level that I am looking at for my first support is this area over here, which is a beautiful overlap support level. Okay, you can see how price acted as a resistance, broke past, right, acted as a support, right? So this is quite a stable support level. All right, and as for my first resistance, I'll be putting it at this area over here. Okay, so once price closes above, right, we can drop down to H1. Okay, we can drop down to H1, and then you can see that on the smaller time frame, we have a consolidation area. Wait, let me okay, you can see that there is a consolidation area over here. All right, so to refine our trade, what we will do is to wait for the break over here, and then you can enter off the break and retest. Okay, if you want to really go and refine your trade itself. Okay, but what I will usually do is to look at the daily time frame. Okay, so long as it closes above, then I will just enter and then put my stop loss and take profit per normal. Okay, so I'll be looking for a buy entry for BTC USD. Yeah, wait, let me see if there is a Wow. Actually, this area is very, very beautiful, right? It aligns with my 71% feeble retracement plus my 161.8% feeble extension level, right? But it seems like price doesn't want to come down to this level over here. So we shall see how it reacts here. Okay. So just to take note, all right. Jamilu, since you requested for this, right? There are two levels that you could possibly want to take note of, right? The first one is definitely uh okay, 77868. Okay, just these two levels. All right, these two levels are the levels that you need to take note of, right? Other than that, right, nothing else. Okay. Um, yeah, it should be quite straightforward. Just these two levels, okay? Don't enter at any other levels. All right. Okay, it should be quite straightforward. Okay, next one. All right, before I begin, okay, so before I begin Euro USD, right, let me just go through DXY first. All right, because DXY is a reference to Euro USD as well. Okay, so from what I can see over here, right, since price has broken past this area, all right, so you can see how DXY was in a uptrend, but afterwards price actually broke past. All right, so this is considered as a bearish trend line already. All right, so what we will do is to look for a um sell side for DXY, okay, which is this level over here. Okay, and the reason why is because you can see how price is slowly still within this Ichimoku cloud. Okay, but if you look at the right side over here, right, you can see that price is starting to create bearish momentum. All right, and what it could do is to respect this area, this pivot point. All right, come up here and then come back down. Okay, that is what it could possibly do. All right, and we will not be able to mark out any feeble. Wait, let me see if we do have a feeble retracement level. Okay, 61. Yeah, we have a beautiful 61.8% feeble retracement level, right? At this area over here, at my pivot point. All right. And let me see if my hmm okay, we shall not use the 100% feeble projection because um it will either react at this level. Yep, the level that I could possibly see it reacting to is not at this resistance level, but at this pullback level. Okay, because there is a high chance that price could potentially cover this whole gap. Okay, this whole gap over here. You can see how this gap is being created. Okay, all right, so for my resistance level, I will be placing it at this swing high over here. Okay, and then for my let me see, yeah, my first support will be at this pullback support level over here. Okay, I think it's pretty straightforward. Okay, bearish arrow. Okay, so since we are looking towards a sell side for DXY, okay, so if DXY is going down, right? So the pairs that you requested, like for example, anything that ends with um USD, right? Euro USD, GBP USD, right, will go in the opposite direction. Okay, opposite direction. All right, so let's take a look at Euro USD. Right, you can see how it's going down. right? So it will reach a point where it might react at this level over here. Okay, you see the correlation. Okay, so if DXY is going down, Euro USD should be going up. Okay, that is the idea. All right, so this should be our pivot point. Okay, easy to catch. All right, and at this level over here, there is a fair value gap at this level. Okay, so what we could do is to possibly see if it's very, very close to our pivot point or within our pivot point, then it's a good sign. Okay, and even better if we do have a Fibo retracement level that is very, very close. Okay, so this is just for your reference. Wait, let me see if I have 61. Yeah, I think we can use the 61 instead. Okay, so I'll just remove this. Okay, so to make it simpler for you guys. All right, so we have the 61.8% Fibo retracement level, which is very close to our pivot point. Okay, so this is what we could possibly see price reacting to. Okay, and also let's see if we do have a Fibo extension. 138.2. Yeah. Okay, so we have the 138. Wait. Hmm. Yeah, I should be using this instead. It should be 161. Yeah. Okay. And the idea of this is that we have Fibo confluence area. So high chance that once price reaches this area, okay, then price could potentially react at this level over here. All right. So the level to watch out for Euro USD is about okay, this level 1.15981 or 1.15909. Okay, this area. Wait, let me see what's the difference in the pips. Yeah, it has the difference about 8 pips. Okay, so previously we did it on YouTube and it was posted on YouTube, but for Zoom, I am not so sure about that. I'm so sorry. But I don't think that there is a recording, right? You could possibly ask IC Markets if you could have the on or where they post the recording, but yeah, so that's why I will place all these numbers for you guys so that you can take a screenshot, you can take notes, right? I think it's to encourage you guys to um attend the pre-markets live analysis, right? So that you can learn from it rather than just looking at the recording. Okay. Okay, so for the first support, very simple, placing it below this swing low support level. Okay. And then for my first resistance, let's see. Okay, it will be at this pullback resistance level over here. Okay, so I'll be looking for a buy entry for Euro USD. Okay, so any questions for Euro USD before I move on to Euro JPY? Okay, all good to go. Okay, next one, Euro JPY. Euro JPY. Okay, so all right, Euro JPY is a little bit more, I would say right now is trying to be bullish, but there is a level that you see previously I was looking for a sell entry at this area over here, right? It's a beautiful area, but price is been how long? Wait, let me see. Yeah, it's been 3 weeks, but price has still not came up to this level. Okay, so we have to re-evaluate and let's take a look. Okay, we are definitely looking at a bullish side for Euro JPY. Okay, based off the market structure. You can see on H4, price has recently just created a break of structure over here, right? And it is within the Ichimoku cloud. Okay, so price could potentially go upwards. All right. Okay, so the next thing is definitely we will be looking for a buy entry. But the question is, wait, let me see. This area itself, right, is a little bit messy. Okay, so let me see, let me find a common area where we can look for a buy entry. Mm, price is moving a bit slower. Eh, yeah, I think instead of looking for a buy entry, what I would do on the daily time frame is to try and look for a sell entry instead. Because it was pretty far, right? But now we are getting closer and closer to the level that we want to take a sell from. Okay, so what I might do is to look for a sell entry instead. All right, and let's see, yeah, 78.6. Okay, which is at the 78.6% Fibo retracement level. Okay, so this pivot point is where we could see a stronger reaction once price reaches this level over here. Okay, and I don't think we have yeah, we don't have a projection. We can only look at this Fibo retracement. So if you look at H4, right? If you look at H4, price is definitely slowly moving its way up, right? Because we just had a break of structure, okay? And we had a rejection over here, and price could slowly move its way up, right? Daily time frame, we don't have a clear, we are definitely looking for a sell, right? But on the H4, you can see how price is moving a little bit slower, right? So I wouldn't want to take buys, right? Until it reaches a point where on the daily time frame, it might have a stronger reaction over here. Okay, so because at the end of the day, right, if you ever see such a huge candle like this, right, this huge candle, right, most of the time, what it will do is to cover this whole gap. You can see the starting point, which is the bottom of this candle, the wick of here, and the top of the wick of here. So price could potentially try to cover this whole area, right? And this whole area is very, very close to our pivot point, so it's okay, right? We can still enter over here. So I will definitely try to look for sells instead of, you can definitely look for your buy entries on your way up, okay? So let me just place my resistance levels. This is my resistance and this is my first support. Okay, wait, let me see. Euro JPY. Okay, so Georges, right? Yeah, let me see. Okay, let me show you how to enter on the for buys. Okay, let me show you how to buy your way up to take a sell. Okay, so you are buying to sell. Okay, so you will start off from H4. Okay, let me see. Let me see if there's a entry on H1. Mm, okay, let me show you. Okay, we are on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, let me show you a little setup of what you could look at if you are trading this pair. Okay, so just take note of this, right? Let me show you a whole setup on the 15-minute time frame. All right. So what you are looking for is a break of structure of this level. Okay. Once we have a clear break of structure, all right. Right now, we just saw a rejection. So it's a little bit scary, right? But we need a full body closure, which is something like this. Okay, you can see how price broke structure over here. Okay, so what you could look at is something like this, right? You want a break of structure, come down, right? And if you measure your Fibo retracement level from this low to this high, you mark out your 50% Fibo retracement level, your entry will definitely be at this area over here. Your entry, look at your entry over here, okay? Then afterwards, right? What you'll do is something like a projection, something like that. Okay, this is what I am looking at for Euro JPY. Okay, and then what you might want to do is to enter off your long positions, stop loss space below here. Okay, and your target is at the next swing high resistance level. Okay, which is possibly at this area over here. This is what you could look at for Euro JPY. Stop loss, and then your take profit at this area over here. Okay, this is literally your whole setup for Euro JPY. Okay, sometimes, right, after you see the break of structure, don't rush into entering a trade. Wait for the retest back into this area, and then you take a trade from there. Okay, I think this is pretty, this is a decent setup. Yeah, no worries. Okay. Okay, let me slowly remove all this. Okay, yeah. So for daily, you're definitely trying to buy your way up to take a sell. Okay, that's the whole idea. All right. Okay, so let me move on to the next one, which is GBP USD. Okay, so for GBP USD, it's a little bit trickier. Okay, so the level that I might want to look at for a trade setup is probably this area here. Okay, and the reason why is because this is a beautiful level for price to have a strong reversal, right? And this is caused by this area over here. You can see how many times price reacted, right? Resistance, support, support, support. Okay, so this is a level where price can show a stronger reaction. All right, and if I were to zoom in, okay, if I were to zoom in right here, this level, this area, okay, what you can see here is a bullish engulfing candle. Oops, this is huge. Okay, bullish engulfing candle followed by two consecutive bullish candles. Okay, so this shows that this whole area over here is a good level, a good demand zone for the buyers to push price upwards. All right. Even though we don't really have a feeble retracement level, right? But what you could look at is based off price action and a stronger reversal trade. Okay. Price could also definitely I would say react to this level as well. So I might place a dotted support area over here. Okay, so this is to note if price were to react to this level, there is a possibility as well. Okay, it's not 100% that it won't react to this level. Let me see. Yeah, just that this area is a little bit weaker, right? It doesn't really have a, yeah, it aligns with my 71% feeble retracement level, but other than that, um, I would say it's not that strong, right, as compared to this area over here. Okay, so but just do take note of this level as well. All right. And then of course my stop loss. Oh, as in not stop loss, my first support will be at this swing low support level over here, and then my first resistance will be at this overlap resistance level. Okay, so we are looking for a bounce of this area over here. Let me see if there's a strong projection. Yeah, we don't have a projection, sadly. Okay, we shall just use this. Okay, let me see if there are any other. Wow, USD CHF. Oh, okay. USD CHF could see a reaction over here. Okay. I wanted to show you guys that there could be a reaction at this area. And the reason why is because we have a 100% feeble projection, right? So we are looking for price to react to this pivot point over here. And of course, I think we do also have a feeble retracement. Yeah, we have a 61.8% feeble retracement level. Okay, so that's why this area could be strong as well for USDCHF. All right, and then for my, let me see. Yeah, my resistance area will be this high, and then for my first support will be at this level over here. Okay, very, very simple. And then we'll be looking for a bearish entry. Okay, following the direction of the XY. All right, let me see. UCAT. Oh, UCAT possibly is sell entry as well. Okay, I will mark up my extension level. 161.8%. Oh yeah, of course. No worries. I'll do it after UCAT. Okay. So this level, let me see. Okay, so this area over here is a level whereby we could possibly see a reaction because we have a 61.8% feeble retracement level together with the 161.8% extension level. All right, so this also has feeble confluence. All right, and then for my resistance will be at this swing high resistance level. And then for my first support will be at this area over here. Okay, so we are looking for a sell. All right. Okay, let's take a look at gold. Okay. Hmm. Okay, gold is looking bearish. Wow. Let me see how I would want to tackle gold itself. Um, let me see. Okay, it definitely reacted to 78.6. Let me see how is this gonna play out. For gold, there's no clear direction on the daily time frame. I mean, there is a level right here, but it's very, very, very risky. Like it already reacted to this level, right? But to me, it's very risky. And the reason why it's very risky is because right here, price is definitely bearish, right? Um, we could possibly see a bounce upwards, but this area is slightly riskier, I would say. Let's see H4. Yep, no. This area, okay, this area is definitely, I would say it's quite risky. Let me see. How will I tackle this? Wow. Okay, for gold itself, I would say it's a question mark, right? I will want it to break past this level, then I could possibly see a reaction, right? But for now, I would say it's don't touch it. Don't touch gold right now. It's not a good idea to trade gold as of right now based off its current price action. Yeah. If you see such a messy area like this, right, means it's gonna have a stronger reaction. And yeah, so I would say I would suggest to stay out of it for the right now, right? Anyways, yeah. Hmm. Uh, Tuesday, right? Tuesday, I think Peggy is doing the live session, right? If you guys have the time, okay, I think it's a better idea to wait until Tuesday before we see any reaction. Because anyways, Mondays we don't have any news, and Peggy usually go through gold itself on the lower time frame, right? Daily time frame, I would say doesn't look nice, right? I don't want to mislead you guys. Okay? Yeah. Any other pairs that you want me to go through with you, feel free to let me know, okay? Oh, UJ finally, okay. Oh, this was absolutely beautiful. I'm not sure if you guys caught the UJ trick. Um, yeah, but this was I think it was when did I do it? I think it was last week. Was it last week? Hmm, last week maybe. Yeah, but this was beautiful. Okay, so I think for UJ, okay, very, very similar to, let's see. This pivot point is okay. Yeah, I think this pivot point is okay. UJ should be quite similar to EJ, right? But UJ moves a little bit faster. Okay. So we have 78.6% feeble retracement level together with 161.8% feeble extension level. So we could possibly see a stronger reaction at this area over here. Okay. This is for UJ. So for the friend that requested for Euro JPY, you could take UJ instead of EJ. Okay, because UJ moves slightly faster, so yeah. And then for my first resistance area, I wouldn't put it too far, right? I'll just put it like somewhere here, and then for my first support will be at this area over here, right? So I'll be looking for a reversal trade downwards, okay, following the direction of DXY. All right. Okay, so any questions? Any questions so far? I think it was let me see. Right, Georges, uh yeah, UJ. Maybe you could consider taking UJ instead of EJ because of the volatility. EJ moves slower. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and there's a clearer confirmation here as well. All right. Any other pairs that you guys want me to go through with you? I think there is potential for AUD USD. Let me show you guys. Okay, so for AUD USD, right? There is a level that is pretty good, which I would say is this area over here. Okay, and this is supported by let's see. Wait, let me see. I think it's a bit higher. Yeah, this level. Okay, so it's supported by 38.2% feeble retracement level. Okay, and then let me see. Let's take a look. 61. Yeah. Then we also have the 61.8% feeble projection level. All right, so we definitely have a feeble confluence level over here. All right, so this will definitely be a stronger reaction for AUD USD. All right, and then for my first support, let me see. Possibly this area over here. Yeah, this area. And then my first resistance will be at this height. Okay, And then I'll be looking for a buy entry for AUD USD. Yep. So this is pretty decent. I would say this is a pretty decent setup for AUD USD. All right. Okay, any other pairs that you want me to go through with you guys? We have gone through um the majors. We have gone through BTC USD and also one of the minor pairs, right? Yeah, maybe we can go through one more and then we can end off the session. Right. I believe that's enough. That would be quite a decent number of trade setup that you guys can take for the upcoming week ahead. Let me see NZD USD. Let me see NZD USD. Yeah. Oh, okay. NZD USD, there's a pretty good level as well. I think it's this area over here. Yeah, this pullback support level. Okay, this is my pivot point, and this aligns with the 78.6% Vivo retracement level. Okay, and then yep, I think that's all. Okay, for support will definitely be at this area to the left. Okay, and then for my first resistance will be possibly here. Okay, so NZD USD a buy entry as well. Okay. Oh, GJ. You like all the JPY pairs. Oh, no. Okay, I think GJ. Interesting. Uh, I would say, okay, if you really want, right, this could be one of the areas that you could look at, at this area over here. But I am a little bit afraid of this area because price has already bounced off here, right? If I go to H4, right, it looks a little bit messy. Okay, Georges, right? If you look at H4, it looks a little bit messy. So I would say for the JPY pairs, right? GJ is the one that you might want to avoid due to the fact that it is a little bit different. You can see how um it performs a little bit different from EJ and UJ, right? Uh, Price has already bounced off here. Okay, this is a potential pivot point. But you can see how price has rejected this strongly before, right? So I would say if this is missed already, a missed entry, right? I would say it's a little bit dangerous to try and enter. But of course, let me just plot it out for you, in case that there is a different reaction. Okay. Yep, something very simple like this. Let me see. I think there is a yeah, definitely possibly looking for buys. Yeah, because you can see how price is above the Ichimoku clock, right? And could continue to create bullish momentum. All right, so this is something that you could look at as well. Okay. Any questions so far? Right, all good. No worries, bro. Okay, I think that is all the setups that I have for you guys, and also it's a good enough setups that you can take for the upcoming week ahead. So we shall see how all this performs. And that's all I have for you guys today for this pre-market live analysis. I hope that you guys will catch all these good trades and also avoid the bad ones. All right. So yep, remember to always stay safe and trade safe. Okay, I shall see you guys 2 weeks later. All right, next week and the following week will be done by Peggy. Okay, and yeah, that's all. And yeah, okay, take care, guys, and I shall see you soon. Okay, bye bye.